Hey there and welcome to another weekly real estate market update. My name's Leigh, I'm from MPG and I hope you're having a cracker of a day. As always, I like to deliver insights into what's going on in the property market across Australia and locally here on the Sunshine Coast as well. Whether you're buying, selling or just curious to see what goes on in this fascinating landscape that is the property market of Australia. So this week I've written about it and reported on my blog at martinuzzi.com.au, so check it out there. I've written about a few articles that I read that I found quite interesting, so hopefully you do too. The first one that I found interesting was interest rates versus housing prices in Australia. So generally there's a correlation, right? So when the interest rates go up, generally you'll see house price growth decline. And that's typically what we've seen in Australia. However, there has been moments in history where it's done something a little bit different, and that's happened just last year actually. So back in 2022, the RBA decided to start rising that cash rate, and we have consecutive cash rate rises for a period of about 18 months up until late last year as well. And what we saw early on was the prices in Australian property start to decline. It went down by 7.5%. And then last year in 2023, we actually saw it climb to new record highs, which is quite interesting. So usually when the cash rate or the interest rates are going up, you would expect the prices to continue to go down. But last year, it turned around and we reached new records in property price growth in Australia. And that's still looking like it's happening this year. However, buyer confidence has now returned and we're starting to see the wheels turn, a bit more momentum in the property market, particularly in our southern states, but that will extend through north as well. Brisbane's definitely a hot pocket, and we will start to see that buyer activity continue to increase and return to the marketplace here on the Sunshine Coast throughout the year as well. I do believe that. So that's happening because now the RBA has held that cash rate. Now also in another report, the Q4 inflationary rates were released and it's come down. It's actually below market expectations at 4.1%, which is good news. Now there is still some economic uncertainties in the marketplace. For example, consumer credits at an all-time high. The unemployment rate's risen slightly recently, and retail spending is down. So there is still some uncertainty out and about there. And if you're going out like I do, there seems to be less people out spending money at the moment. But that could be just this time of year as well. But on the opposite end of the spectrum, there seems to be more buyer activity in the marketplace. Auction clearance rates are quite good at the moment. And I'm seeing a lot of numbers come through our open homes. The main reason why we're seeing this is because, again, I sound like a broken record, there is a shortage of properties available and there is a huge population growth in Australia at the moment due to the immigration numbers, etc. So that's combining to keep prices steady and in some situations actually push prices up as well. The Aussie dream is to own a detached dwelling. You know, you picket fence out the front and your own plot of land. And we're actually seeing the house price growth compared to unit price growth grow further apart. And, you know, it's typical. I think it's the Australian dream. More people would prefer to live in a detached dwelling than a unit or apartment. But we did see that gap start to widen during COVID, where people didn't want to be locked indoors in a tiny unit. They wanted a bit more space. So we saw more and more people running out there to find those detached dwellings and have a bit more space and lifestyle around them. And I think that trend seems to be continuing to develop. We're seeing more people move to the detached dwellings rather than units or apartments. So that's another report that I reported on this week in my blog. So I hope you're having a great week ahead. Anything real estate related we can help you with, I'd love to speak to you. Give me a call and we'll chat again soon. Have a great day.